Okay. Ready when you are.
Ready?
Can I drink out of my
You can.
Columbus, Ohio?
Yeah. What's up, socials? Welcome back to my channel. This is Ask Savvy Sexy Social. I am Amy, and I would like to introduce you to my husband, Vincenzo. You're my husband.
That's so weird to hear on video.
I know. I was just thinking I'm going to be introducing my
video.
husband on the first time.
Very, very.
Isn't that weird?
Very strange.
So thanks for that. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I thought it would be really good because I wanted to bring more people on this Q&A show if I can, just since we travel so much and see people. And I thought the first person that I want on Ask SSS, or this iteration of it anyway, is you. Anyway, okay, I went to Twitter and we're going to take some questions that you provided us to answer. And I thought it'd be kind of fun because we're launching a new YouTube channel and we're going to talk about things on that channel about business and love and the combination of both. So I think there's going to be a variety of questions that we got.
Speaking of love, I love this mug.
Do you? Awesome. Because I was talking about our YouTube channel and you changed the subject to a mug.
Well,
so
we're talking about love. Coffee is love. Fox in the snow.
Gotta keep them
here
focused.
in Columbus, Ohio is love.
Trying to keep you focused here. Okay. Anyway, where can they find out about that YouTube channel?
Schmenzo.tv. SCHMENZO.tv. Boom. Subscribe.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. Links in the description. We're like answering questions as married people. Isn't that weird?
The last time I was on this channel in this format, I don't even think she had a ring on her finger. So.
Really?
Yeah. We did a travel.
We did a travel video, and
one of those like QA.
Yeah. It was like a tag video, like a YouTube tag video.
Tag video. I think we tagged Sam and Yarby in that video too, and I don't know if they ever did theirs.
So Ashley asked a good question because this is something that some people might not know, and it would be a good way to kind of kick this whole Q&A off. So fill me in, because I wasn't paying attention for a few years. Did you meet online? And was it because of the podcast?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's a good question.
I mean, we know
it's
the
very
answer,
specific,
but it's like,
I'm like,
it's
really specific for somebody that hasn't been paying attention or self-proclaimed.
Right.
So,
well, it wasn't the podcast. It wasn't. I'm assuming the podcast is Amy's podcast, not mine.
Do you know who she is?
Click on her.
Let's I can't. It's a screen cap.
Oh. No, I don't.
Oh, okay. All right. So I thought maybe if she knew about your podcast.
No, it must be about your podcast.
Probably.
The answer is no. It was not Amy's podcast.
Or
now,
I mean, it kind of was yours, though.
Let's rewind back to 2015. Mm-hmm. Our good friend now, Brian Fanzo. I was actually hosting it was a video show, a live video show. This is before all the live video stuff that you see now on social.
But not before you were like you really got your start with.
I had
video
just
on,
got
like,
started on Meerkat, but I was asked to host a show on Google Hangouts called Millennial.
Remember Google Hangouts on air?
He said, "Yo, actually, I wish we had I gotta find this conversation. If I find it, it's gonna go in the video." We'll be like,
I bet, yeah.
I'm gonna find
bet you
it.
could find it.
I'm sure I could. He's like, "Yo, you got to talk to this girl. Her name is @Amy Savvy Sexy Social," because he couldn't say her last name.
No one knows my last name.
Could not say her last name. He's like, up to the day we got married.
Her name is Amy Savvy Sexy Social. I think a lot of people have said that, not just Brian.
He's like, you got to have her on the show. And because I was hosting the show for his website, I'm like, yeah, dude, whatever you want. Put me in contact with her. He's like, she was the best speaker at this event I was at. I said, cool. Had her on the show. Later that week, I went to Savvy Sexy Social Live in Manhattan.
Yeah. Roped him in on that workshop action there.
Met her. Met her.
He was the only dude at my workshop.
In real life.
That was our first selfie together.
That was our first selfie. Yep. That was the only time she talked to me all day.
I was busy. I was teaching.
And then I didn't talk to her until... Can we tell them what I reached out about? That'd be so funny. Can we?
Sure.
So...
Ladies.
I'm a big Steelers fan. Huge Steelers fan. Love the Steelers.
He even bought me a cup.
I even bought Amy a cup. See?
And
Steelers.
I've been instructed to use it.
Huge Steelers fan. So I bought her a cup. Game day cup. Actually, all the time cup. But anyway, I asked her to hook me up with another Steeler fan and YouTuber whose book is back there somewhere.
Yeah, it's hiding.
Justine. Hi.
Justine
really funny. Justine's probably never going to watch this, but
no.
What's really funny is, I was like, yo, hook me up with Justine. Her response was, never gonna happen.
No.
That was yes.
Yeah, well, that's probably what
Never gonna happen. Anyway, long story short, we started chatting about random stuff, and then we ended up seeing each other at a conference in San Diego. Mm-hmm. I think we've spoken to each other every single day since.
Yeah. That's pretty much
Except for the day before our wedding, right? Or 2 days before our wedding? Or the day of our wedding.
No, the day of
the day of the wedding, we didn't speak till we saw each other later that day.
Yeah, that's the jam. So anyway, I was on a podcast. That's sort of how it sort of all snowballed.
Good question.
But other than that,
good question.
Good old traditional networking is the winner of that one. Meg, our good friend Meg, she asked, where do you start when creating a new series that involves other businesses?
Seriously, don't overthink it, but focus on those that you're interviewing, the businesses you're interviewing. What is their story? What is their craft? What is...
Just like, what are they rock
What's their
stars
why?
at?
Yeah, why are they good? What are they good at? How are they good at it? It's not about you. It's not about... I'm assuming this is a show that you want to do, a series you want to start. If it's not, then you is whoever is going to start it. It's not about that. It is all about them. It's about what they do, and it's seriously as simple as that.
Well, I think that the key thing here is that, like she said, you know, if you're a business or with other businesses, like, it doesn't matter if it's like the point of this is business. You're making video with people. People are making it. You're talking to people. You're talking to people who made something. Maybe you're talking to them about what they made. You have to focus on the people, and I think no matter what the purpose of it is, you're good if you do that.
You're good if you do that.
Sweet Golden Dreams wants to know,
oh man,
what do you do when the tags, the ranking, and the thumbnails are good, promo on social media is okay, and you still don't see growth in views that you would expect? I'm assuming that he's talking about YouTube videos.
It's all you. Take it away.
My feeling on this is it was a very specific list, right? It was like tags are ranking and thumbnails are good and social media is okay. I think the thing that most people do is they try to set up all the things they feel like they can program, like a thumbnail and like putting in tags, but they stop there. And if social media is okay, why is it just okay? Because even with the tags being perfect and the potential for hitting front page of search with your video or getting into a suggested whatever, if you have no momentum, if you don't have eyeballs that you can send to that video to help lift it up, nothing's going to happen.
How long have you been doing it? Is this the first video?
Yeah.
Is it the 10th video? Is it the 100th video? Is it the 1000th video? Then I'd say you have a problem. But if it's your first, second, third, fourth, fifth, even if it's your 100th, it's still early in the game. Relatively early in the game. Keep creating. There's really nothing that can replace consistency.
That's a really good point. A lot of people just don't hang. A lot of people are not willing to put in the work that it takes to get to whatever. I mean, I was probably at hundreds of videos before I really saw real traction on YouTube. And so that's part of it. But also, what are you doing to just have this thing be appealing to an audience that's going to help you lift it up, and therefore have YouTube look at you and throw you a bone when they see you're bringing in minutes watched. It doesn't matter how niche the video is. It could be on the front page of search. If no one's discovering it, or they're discovering it and then not even really watching it, maybe it's a 10-minute video and YouTube is finding they're only watching 30 seconds of it, that's bad news for everything. Your channel's going to underperform. Your videos are going to underperform. Yeah. They look at all of that. Really digging into those analytics, where are you seeing let's say you get 5 views on a video. 5. You've still got 5 views that you can measure analytics of. YouTube's going to tell you those 5 views only watched 10% of your video on average. You're literally losing people in the experience. So then you're expecting it to take off at any given point, where YouTube might be making it suffer because you're not getting any minutes watched on it. You're not getting any audience retention, and you're trying to do it. You're trying to base the success off of tags and thumbnails.
I used to not chastise her, but I was like, why are you always looking at that? I mean, literally, she would publish a video and she lives in the analytics for the next 2 days. It's like constantly, every second she's on the phone and she's like,
I'm a nerd.
Oh my God, watch it. Oh my God. And it's like, well, why? And understanding where people are stopping viewing, where people are dropping off, where they're coming from, how they're viewing, that question in and of itself answers it, because if all you're doing is like, oh, my tags are good, okay, great, but do you even know where your traffic's coming from? Do you know where people are not watching anymore?
Right.
That'll tell you a lot more to the story than just what you have. Most
YouTubers who know what's going on with their channel and how to grow are the ones that are in their analytics the most, because the data can't lie. It's
and has Roberto Blake been on this show before?
Roberto's been featured on the channel.
Roberto Blake's,
yeah,
that guy lives in his analytics too.
Yeah.
He knows exactly where he's at. Amy as well, but I'm just using another YouTuber for you guys to check out. He's constantly in his analytics, constantly understanding, what he needs to change. And that's how you change your content or adjust your content for the viewers.
Totally.
If you don't know that, you're never going to have any growth, whatever growth is to you.
True story. Are you going to hang out in the analytics of our new channel?
Yeah, if you give me access to the channel.
Oh, you don't have access to it? I guess I'll have to make you an admin.
Just saying.
My bad. Okay.
Next question.
Catherine wants to know, how often should you post videos for brand building? Is it 1 to 2 times per week? Is that the magic number?
I hate this question.
But it's actually a really good question.
I don't hate Catherine for asking the question.
Catherine's
I hate the question because there's no answer. I don't know what's going to work for you. I can't tell you what's going to work. YouTube will say 1 video a week is great. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But again, you could post a video every day, and that might work really well. It's trial and error.
I think but it's also like trial with what you know you can do and going from there. So rather than committing to a daily show right now, commit to a weekly show. Because the thing is, if you want to build your brand, you need to be consistent. If your consistency level is once a week and the content is off the hook, then that's all you're going to need. Jenna Marbles made a career off of a once a week comedy channel, and she still does it. And so there's a lot of huge YouTubers that do their produced awesome video once a week, and that's it. That channel is how that is. If you want to build your brand, you need to be consistent. If you decide it's once a week, show up once a week. Don't miss a beat. Period. I think part of the success of this channel was when I made the decision to go 3 days a week. It was Savvy Tuesday, Sexy Wednesday, Social Thursday. I did that schedule for 3 years, and I think I only missed 1 episode because of a family emergency. And then after a while, it just started to change because I was doing things a little bit differently. But if I hadn't done that, people wouldn't have known to trust me. So I think from a brand building perspective, you need to post way more than once a week on Facebook, and you could do something different on Instagram. You could do something different on Twitter. No matter where you go, you need to be consistent.
Yeah, but you have to understand this too. And again, it comes back to expectations and setting your expectations. 1 time a week is 1 amount of time. Twice a week is double, if not more.
It depends.
3 times a week is triple, if not.
Right.
You're exponentially increasing the time, your load on your own bandwidth. With every video or every piece of content that you choose to create. I would focus on make 1 really killer video or 1 piece of content, whatever that is,
right,
and promote it. Most people don't focus on promoting. They're like, oh, I tweeted it.
Yeah. They make it and they're like, hey, time to make the next one.
And I
get that. Oh my gosh. I'm always like, okay, I did the 1 video, I have to move on to the next one. But if you don't spend ample time marketing the one, the next one's not going to matter.
Especially when you don't have an audience.
Oh my God.
That's the worst. The biggest question we get, people are like, oh, well, I title things like Casey Neistat does. How come people don't watch my video?
Oh.
How many subscribers do you have? 50.
Right.
Okay, so you have 0 base of people watching. And when I say 0 base, you've got a small base. People aren't finding it. You have to spend more time promoting it and, dumping time into promoting it.
It's all about what amount of time you have to get the video done well and also to market it well. And stick with that schedule. And once you've nailed that, you can go up from there.
There's the tweetable answer.
Dennis wants to know any special offstage plans for Youpreneur Summit.
I responded to him already online.
I know, and you're not supposed to do that because we're supposed to respond on the video. That's why I asked for it.
I don't think that was a video question, was it?
Yeah, it was responding to that.
Oh.
You're new at this, huh? So I'm speaking at an event in London in November, and we are going out together. We're going to bring our cinematographer from Aftermark, Blake, out to, of course, film the adventure because Vincenzo has never been to London before.
True story.
So we basically just want to film his facial expression on everything because it's going to be a lot of fun. You're like a history buff, so it's definitely going to be an exciting
I'm just excited.
trip.
I'm excited to see everything. And
that is the Offstage plan. Okay, Ivan wanted to know who are typically the decision makers within brands and what is the best tactic to approach partnership and sponsoring your content. Thoughts on that?
I mean, first of all, anybody that'll listen, right, is like a good step.
That's true. I actually have been wanting to reach out to a company, and the first thing I did was go to LinkedIn and see if I was connected to anyone that worked there.
I mean, but decision makers, if you're looking specifically for, sponsorship, you've got to talk to people that are branding. I mean, because anytime someone's putting their name on, something like podcast, Ivan specifically, I know you have a podcast, they've got to put it through kind of their own PR. Like, does it fit what we want to talk about? So branding usually has to deal with that. And marketing individual might be the initial point of contact. The person that makes a decision is probably a branding or like a VP, marketing director of marketing. Usually you'll have the final say on anything like that. Find your way in the door first and then get to that point. Build that relationship, provide some value, especially when you're looking for content, someone to sponsor your own content. It has to match what they preach or what their brand MO is. Make sure you're already doing that before you even bother approaching. Because if they're like, okay, nothing aligns with what we're trying to do, you wasted your opportunity. Right. So make sure all that's lined up. And
I think part of that is just like you said, like when you say like provide value or like get to know the people in the company.
I should specify that.
But I mean, like you should just be thinking about like what do they care about, and the more you do your homework on that, the more likely you're going to get it right if this is a sponsor that fits your thing. Because you just have to be realistic about, is it a fit or is it not? You shouldn't just be seeking out anyone. How does it not just work for you and the company, but for the audience? Like, is it even relevant to them? All right, last question. Chris wants to know, I've been sharing my daily #dad lunch notes. I write my daughter. I want to put them in a book. How do I do that?
Let's look up dad lunch notes. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to see what dad lunch notes does for people. Be a girl with a mind, a woman with attitude, and a lady with class. That's a note that he wrote on, it looks like her sandwich bag.
That's cute.
Very cute. Another one he wrote the other day was, not everyone will like you. Don't take it personally like I do. It's a reflection of them, not you. You are amazing, Dad. Cool. And there's a bunch of those there. So check out
really
#dad lunch notes. Do you want a book about this? I've seen books that have simply, those like motivational books that are just, they have notes or, they're very quick little segments on each page. I've never written a book before. I've helped this one launch her book. Simplicity is best. Now, that's something I would totally read to my daughter or give to my daughter, right? If we ever have a child. And there's plenty of dads and moms that would love to have these like inspirational notes to their kid, whether it's a girl or a boy, it doesn't matter, but this is specifically to your daughter. So don't overthink it. I mean, that's pretty powerful stuff you've got going there, and the authenticity and how raw and real it is makes it even more special.
I feel like if I bought that book, I would be buying it so that I could have something to write to my daughter every single day if I didn't have an idea.
Probably.
I would just take it from the book. And it's kind of like a cool way of like encouraging people to be better parents. Like, hey, if you need to just borrow my notes. Good question.
Publish it, man.
Okay, so you need to tell them again where they can subscribe to our new YouTube channel.
You can subscribe to our new YouTube channel, Schmenzo, in business and in love.
No, you read it. It's backwards. You said it backwards.
I did?
In love and business.
You can subscribe to our new YouTube channel, In Love and Business, at schmenzo.tv, SCHMENZO.TV.
Okay, well, that is all for today's socials. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. As always, this has been Ask SSS, featuring the one and only husband of mine, Vincenzo Landino. Subscribe for good vibes.
Oh, wait, I'll use this hand.
Use the good hand. Oh, I should have used this hand then.
You can't. You have to use your
right hand. I know, I have to.
You always use your right hand.
I always remember. It's a reflex. And remember to go after what you want.
Go after it.
Cheers.
Go after it.
Go get me a glass of wine. I'm so thirsty now.